For most people, Windows 11 is decently fast, clean, and a polished operating system. But anyone who's taken a closer look knows that polish comes with strings attached. Behind the scenes, Microsoft is quietly tracking what you do, what you say, even where you go. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through some of the default settings most people leave untouched, but in reality, they should not. These are simple changes that take just a few minutes, but they will make a huge difference in how much control you actually have over your privacy. By default, Windows 11 enables several settings that track your behavior to personalized ads, search results, and even what content shows up in the Settings app. While some of this may seem useful, it also means Microsoft is constantly collecting data about how you use your device. Turning these settings off will not remove ads or suggestions completely, but it will reduce how much data Windows uses to personalize your experience, making ads and suggestions less invasive and more private. And to turn them off, go to Settings, click Privacy and Security, and select General, and while you're here, toggle off the first 4 features. By simply turning these features off, you will immediately reduce how much Windows tracks what you do. Every time you visit a website, your PC asks a DNS server to translate the site's name into an IP address. And by default, these DNS requests are not encrypted, meaning that your internet provider or other people on your network can see which sites you're visiting. And turning on DNS over HTTPS will encrypt these requests and keep your browsing private and secure from other snoopers. And here's how you can turn this on. Open Settings and then go to Network and Internet. Now, depending on how you connect to the internet, you will choose either Wi-Fi and then click your active Wi-Fi network and then select Properties, or if you're using Ethernet, you will click Ethernet and then click your active Ethernet connection, and then from here you will scroll down to DNS server assignment and then click Edit, and then change from automatic DHCP to manual, and then you will turn on IPv4 or IPv6 if you use it. You will then enter a trusted DNS server like 1.1.1.1 or 8.8.8.8, and then you will choose on automatic template for DNS over HTTPS options, and then finally you will click Save. Your DNS requests will now be encrypted, helping to keep your browsing history private on your own network. Windows 11 listens for voice commands and dictation using online speech recognition, and by default, your voice data is sent to Microsoft servers to improve speech services, which means that your conversations could be uploaded without you actively asking for it. If you're not regularly using voice commands or dictation, it's a good idea to turn this off to keep your voice data private, and here's how you can disable it. Open Settings and then go to Privacy and Security, click Speech, and now toggle off online speech recognition. Windows 11 automatically sends diagnostic data back to Microsoft. This includes information about how you use your PC, system errors, and sometimes application activity. It helps Microsoft improve Windows, but it also means a lot of your usage details are being shared without much control. If you want more privacy, you can limit this data sharing and turn off these suggestions. And to do this, open Settings, click Privacy and Security, select Diagnostics and Feedback, and under Diagnostic Data, turn off Send Optional Diagnostic Data. And then finally, turn off options like Tailored Experiences or Personalized Tips, Ads, and Recommendations. By default, Windows 11 gives many applications access to sensitive features like your location, microphone, camera, and more, even if those applications don't really need it. This means your device might be constantly sharing your locations or even listening you in the background, all without your active knowledge. Fortunately though, you have full control over which applications can access these permissions, and turning off what you don't need is a simple but powerful way to protect your privacy. Here's how you can manage these settings. Open Settings and then go to Privacy and Security, scroll down to the App Permissions section, and then click each permission category like location, camera, microphone, voice activation, contacts, and so on. And within each of these categories, You can toggle off individual access for any application that doesn't need that feature. Additionally, if you want to completely disable a permission, you can turn it off for the entire device if you toggle off the main switch at the top of that specific category. This not only protects your sensitive data, but also prevents background applications from quietly accessing features they don't really need. OneDrive is Microsoft's cloud storage service that syncs your files across devices. It's built into Windows 11 and runs automatically in the background. While this is convenient, it also means your files are being uploaded to the cloud, and if you're not careful, you could be sharing more than you intend. Plus, this uses system resources even if you don't actively use it. If you don't use OneDrive or prefer to keep your files local, it's a good idea to turn it off. And to do this, right-click the OneDrive icon in your taskbar and then click Settings, and then go to Account tab and click Unlink this PC to stop syncing your files. You can then uninstall OneDrive entirely by going to the Settings, Apps, Installed Apps, and then search for OneDrive, and then click the three dots next to it and then select Uninstall. Windows 11 encourages you to sign in with a Microsoft account, which syncs your settings, files, and app data across devices. But signing in this way also means your activity, preferences, and data are linked directly to your Microsoft profile and stored on their servers. If you want to keep more of your data local and reduce what's shared online, switching to a local account is a smart move. Here's how you can switch to a local account. Open Settings, go to Accounts, click your info, select Sign in with a local account instead, and then follow the prompts to create your local account and password, and then finally sign out and back in with your new local account. Using a local account will not give you Microsoft's cloud benefits, but it will put your privacy first by limiting data shared with Microsoft. Even though this one is not specific to Windows 11, if you've been using a Microsoft account on your PC for a while, then there's likely a lot of personal data stored in Microsoft's cloud, like your activity history, browsing data, application usage, and so on. Even if you stop syncing or switch to a local account, that data can remain stored unless you actively delete it. So to clear out your data, head to the Microsoft Privacy dashboard in your web browser and then sign in with your Microsoft account, and then you can explore the sections like browsing and search, location activity, apps and services, spelling and text, and then within each of these sections, delete all the data you don't want Microsoft to keep by clicking Clear All Activities. You can then also manage what data Microsoft collects going forward, all from this dashboard. These privacy settings are what most people overlook, but they quietly hand over more data than you might realize until you take control. It doesn't take much to regain control over what your system shares, and just a few minutes in the settings can go a long way toward protecting your data and keeping your activity private. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.